My name is Judy Lief, and in this session I'm going to be guiding you through basic Tonglen instructions. Tonglen meaning sending and taking, and it is an ancient practice designed to reverse our tendency to self-centeredness and ego-clinging, and to provide pathways for a natural flourishing of loving-kindness, compassion to arise. It works by reversing our tendencies to always put ourselves in the center, to always put ourselves first, and to lead us to preference others more, and to care for others, and to be able to exchange energy with other people in a positive way that enhances well-being for both self and other. So there are 4 stages to Tonglen practice, and I'll guide you a bit through each of them. But just as introductory, before starting the actual instructions, I just wanted to touch on each of the 4 stages of the practice before I guide you through. So the beginning point, was very, very important and helpful, is to start with some moments of just basic mindfulness practice. So taking the time to settle and to ground yourself and to connect with the breath, going in and going out, to let your mind settle, and whatever the concerns and aggravations of the day to kind of settle a little bit, and to start to place your attention on the breath as it goes in and out, on the breath as it goes out and dissolves into space around you. So taking some time to settle, which I think is a good advice in any kind of contemplative practice, is not to rush, not to be overly ambitious, to keep it as simple and straightforward as possible. So much of this Tonglen practice is about being simple, straightforward, and genuine. So taking your time, not rushing, not speeding, relaxed, and in a kind mode, being kind to yourself in the practice. So with that as a ground, with the ground of mindfulness awareness, then the first stage of Tonglen is very, very brief. And that stage is kind of a flash of clarity or openness. It's just like a brief moment of pointing your mind in a certain direction. It can be, think of it as a gap, or you could think of it as, I think of it as clearing the decks. It's like, clear the decks so they can begin properly without a lot of detritus around. You just clear it away. Boom, gone. So that's very brief, but it's important. I think it's important because it removes the kind of moralistic or sentimental qualities that could interfere with the Tonglen. The second stage is working with feelings, working with just of energetic feeling tones, or the textures of the practice. So as you know, Tonglen is based on breathing in and breathing out. It's breathing in what you don't want, breathing out what you do want. And in terms of this, just the feeling of that before any kind of particular topic or focus is kind of a sense of breathing in dark, heavy energy and breathing out light, clear, refreshing energy. Breathing in more sticky, claustrophobic energy, breathing out more light, refreshing, open energy. So there's a working with energies, just the basic energies. So the third stage is we take a particular focus or topic. And this could be many different things. But I think the most important part of this third stage is choosing a topic that actually touches you, something you actually care about. So it doesn't become too overly conceptual. Something that has affected you or weighs on you. It could be a friend who is in trouble or sick or suffering in some way. It could be someone who's experienced a loss or you care about, or it could be some kind of someone you love very much that is unfulfilled in one way or another. Or it could be anything. It could be an animal that you saw that was suffering so badly. It could be anything. Or it could be a category of people that for some reason really impacts you and something you feel about. Sometimes I think about women that are so oppressed in so many countries. It could be any. It could be people in prison. It could be people caught in warfare or poverty. Or it could be people caught in the suffering of privilege. But in any case, it should be someone close to you, someone you care about, some topic you really care about. So anyway, some particular topic. And then, very important, the fourth stage, whatever you're working with in stage 3, that particular person, situation, say someone has had a loss of a child, or that could be one thing. In the fourth stage, you think all the people, all the beings in the past, in the present, in the future, suffering in such a similar way. How far can you extend the practice to include more and more people that have also suffered in the way that you might be working with? So, 4 stages: brief pause, textures, particular topic, and then extending that very broadly. So that's a general overview. Now we'll do it, if you like. So let's begin with simple grounding. You could take your seat or a chair or cushion. Just let yourself feel the body, the weight. Feel like a mountain where you're settled on the earth, not moving, breathing naturally. Just settle down. Let your mind, busyness settle. Touch into just a being, very, very simple being, simple presence, a form of the Mother Earth below you and the sky above. And breathe naturally and place your attention on the breath. Don't try too hard. Don't feel you should experience one thing or another. Just whatever you're experiencing, just keep it simple. Place your attention on the breath. Let it go out and dissolve in the space around you. Now to begin with a brief pause or flash or letting go, clearing the decks, just a brief pause. And then we'll begin working with the textures of Tonglen. The textures. So as you breathe in kind of dark, claustrophobic, gooey energy. And on the out breath, as you breathe out light, clarity, freshness. As you breathe in sticky, dark energy. As you breathe out light, fresh energy. Breathe in as wholeheartedly as you can. Breathe out as wholeheartedly as you can. Breathe in through all your pores. Porous body. Breathe in thoroughly and let go. Breathe out through all your pores. Let it go as far as it possibly can. Just breathe out. Let it flow out in all directions. And as you breathe in, let it come in from all directions. Breathe in heavy, murky, stuck energy. Breathe out, refreshing, open, clear energy. Just the feelings of it. It's almost like a feeling of breathing in yucky kind of energy and breathing out, good energy. You can have your eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. Try to stay within your body, bodily feelings, bodily energies, heart feelings, heart energies. Now, when you have a sense of this texture of things, then start with someone or something that's really on your mind, on your heart. Someone you care deeply about, someone you want all the best for, someone that has meaning for you, that you feel, that you care about, comes up in your mind. So spend some time evoking that person or that being. Evoke their presence as best you can. Get a feeling of them in your mind. Connect with them and your feelings for them. And on the in-breath, try to breathe in through all your pores as deeply as you can. Breathe in all of their pain, suffering, obstacles, with a strong aspiration to completely remove them from that person. And as you breathe out to that person loving kindness, compassion, confidence, care, love. As you breathe in, breathe out their worries, their concerns, their disappointments and failures. As you breathe out to them healing energies, flowing energies, awakening energies. So spend some time with this person. You breathe out, it's like you're sending them out through all your pores, kind of a river of good love and kindness. And as you're breathing in, you're really want them not to suffer needlessly, not to suffer in the way they are doing so, not to be in such pain. And you breathe out health and well-being to them. Breathe in, remove illness, pain, fear, suffering. So spend some time on whoever that being is. Let your out-breath come from your pores, from your breath, from your heart center, as though you could just send a beam of love and kindness and healing to that person. And on the in-breath, breathe in wholeheartedly. I so wish to remove all of that pain from them with your whole heart. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to the technique. No problem. Now begin to extend your practice a little bit, maybe to someone you don't care that much about or are not that close to, who might be suffering in a similar way. And do some Tonglen, breathe out to them. Loving kindness, healing, compassion, and aspire to remove from them on the in-breath their source of pain and suffering. Could be an acquaintance, someone you don't know much at all and not that close to, who doesn't have pull on your heartstrings in the same way. And partly we begin to notice there's a lot of people who don't care about that much, but we could still extend love and compassion to them. They're still worthy of this practice. Now extend a little bit further to people that may be difficult, beings that may be difficult for you, or even harmful, or in some ways enemies. There's still people who suffer and have dreams and hopes like you do, fears and challenges and accomplishments. So on the out breath, breathe out to them well wishes, love, and kindness. And on the in-breath, aspire to remove from them, breathe in, their blockages, their pain, their suffering or an illness. Can you include even them in your heart, in your practice? Now extend a bit further and think of all the beings. There's so many beings who suffer in so many ways, and ways similar to those we care about, that we don't care so much about, that we actually don't like. All beings, so many people in the past, the present, and the future, all over the place, from all sorts of different backgrounds and stories they have, cultures and families and varieties of humans. Try to extend your practice widely and think, no matter what your person or you are suffering, there are people in the past who have also suffered in the same way. There will be people in the future who suffer in the same way. And all of them, past, present, and future, try to extend your heart. Make it as big as you can and expand the out-breath to all those beings, far and wide, past, present, and future. Wishing them well, sending out healing, loving energy on the out-breath, and on the in-breath, really drawing in, removing pain, obstacles, depression, anxiety, fear. So to conclude the practice, we come back to just simple presence, simple, just being still, simple, ordinary, quiet, breathing naturally. One being in an interconnected wave of sorrow and joy, sickness and health, hatred and love, connected with all living beings, interconnected through all those rivers of well-being and pain.